What's going on, everyone? Anthony here with AC Toys, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we are reviewing the Power Rangers Cross Street Fighter Lightning Collection Morphed Ryu or Crimson Hawk Ranger. Now, this is technically Hasbro's first plastic-free packaging. They've had other like windowless packaging throughout the years, but it wasn't all plastic-free. There was a plastic tray inside and whatnot. But, you know, you get the idea. You know where Hasbro is going, and this is the first one that Power Rangers has done. Marvel Legends switched over to this earlier this year. G.I. Joe switched over to it in the middle of the year. We were all waiting for Power Rangers to do it, and here it is. This isn't, you know, it hasn't fully gone windowless yet. I believe the next wave, Wave 12, if I'm not mistaken, is the last windowed packaging for the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. But lo and behold, obviously, you know, this one came out first. You have the Power Rangers Cross Street Fighter up there. A picture of Unmorphed Ryu right here, which I find kind of pointless because I don't believe there is a Ryu head in here. I believe this is the only figure you get, or a helmet, head sculpt, whatever. Plastic-free packaging, Hasbro. You got this new artwork design right here on the side. Now, it doesn't quite match up with the current packaging, but it is, you know, in the same style. Then you have 3D renderings of the figure on the back. You have him doing his Hadouken, Morph Ryu, yada, yada, yada. There is the barcode. If you guys want to go to your local GameStop and have this scanned, I believe this is only a fan channel exclusive, so they won't be found at Target or Walmart or Kmart, whatever, you know, regular retail store you have around you. I believe it's just GameStop that will have a physical location. You have the unmorphed version of Ryu right here. Legalese at the bottom. I normally don't do this, but because this is the first plastic-free packaging that the Power Rangers has, I'm gonna do an unboxing live just to see how it comes. Now, they've done this two different ways so far. With Hasbro, I mean, not Hasbro, obviously Hasbro, but with the Marvel Legends collection, they just kind of like wrap it in this plastic and shove it inside the cardboard tray as to where, like a plain cardboard tray. I'm sure you all have seen the pictures. If not, I'll post one right here real quick. But the G.I. Joe, they do it much nicer in my opinion. There's a nice colorful cardboard tray in there. The figure sits in there, no plastic cover. There's a separate box for the weapons and the accessories. And if it's something like a sword or a knife or a gun, they have a flat piece of cardboard that'll, like, you know, close up on top of it to keep it from bending. I really love the way G.I. Joe does it. So let's see how the Power Rangers team opted to do it. Hopefully it's like G.I. Joe and not like Marvel. But unfortunately, it looks like so far as they're doing it like the Marvel version. Yeah, so as you can see here, my figure is already out and about. They're doing it the same way Marvel does it. There's no twisty ties or whatever. This is the unfortunate fact of windowless packaging. This figure is just flung around. You know, I heard something shaking. I wasn't sure what it was. I mean, you know how many times this thing's probably been flung around. It's been flung around going to BBTS. By the way, I did get this from BBTS. They do have it in stock. I don't recommend you get it from them. They're very slow on their shipping. They obviously don't take the best care. They just shove this in here. I know it's probably not them, but anyways, it comes in this plastic wrap. Has the Power Rangers logo written on it. It looks like it has some Street Fighter designs. Honestly, this is probably where a little bit of the price came from, because like they're not really going to be able to use this bag very often. So, I mean, Hasbro, like, you could have just done a regular plastic bag. Anyways, these figures are technically considered a deluxe figure, which is why their price point is so much higher than a regular figure. But looking at mine, just a quick glance, it doesn't look like I have too many paint mishaps going on here. I don't know if, let me see the box. This box right here. So it does kind of look like this on the box. So the middle torso and the legs are like more of a yellowish white, as to where his arms and his boots are like a very nice clean white. And that, I guess that is how it's supposed to look. I guess, I don't know. That's how it is on the box. So I'm not going to argue there. Nice pinless joints, double knees, double elbows. The little boxing gloves he has on like turn into like regular Power Rangers gloves, look really, really nice. Now, if you guys are unaware, this is based off a video game that was released a few years ago. Power of the Grid or Legacy Fight, something like that. A big misconception with this figure is that people think it's based off a Bat in the Sun design, when that could be further from the truth. Bat in the Sun produced the fan film that was specifically a commercial for the video game. So people just automatically assume that this is the original Bat in the Sun design. It's not. It's for the video game that they produced for Power Rangers. I don't know if Saban was still running it at the time, but so push this down. Let's get the accessories out. So, and that you have it. That is the plastic-free packaging for the new Power Rangers collection. So, as far as the accessories go, they just kind of shove them in here, just like Marvel. They don't put in their own separate bag. I wish they would take cues from the G.I. Joe team. Let's see here. You have his Hadouken Blast. Very, very nice. I think there's supposed to be a port somewhere. Yeah, right here. There's a little port right there for the stand. Just kind of like plug that in. You have his two extra fisted hands right here. So if you want him to have a closed fist, but I'm obviously going to be displaying with the Hadouken hands. You have like his little uppercut move. I forgot what it's called. So if you want to do the uppercut pose, there's this right there. That is for his fists. And just FYI, this is the only time I'm going to be doing this type of unboxing. I just want to give you guys a first-hand experience of how it looked. Here's his Crimson Hawk Blast, which I guess is his super move. There's also a port in there right there. So if you don't want this one, you can port that in instead. And hopefully I'm not missing anything. There should be a base in here somewhere. There it is. Just kind of wedge. Is there anything else in there? Nope, that is it. So you have this triangular base. He does have some foot pegs, so if you want to put the figure on here instead of the blast, you can. Mine is a little bent. I don't know if that's... Oh, man. White background might not have been the best choice for this figure. It's a little bent right there. I don't know. I believe that's how it's supposed to be, because it's a pretty clean bend, and then it jolts back. Let's see here. So I guess maybe it's to give it that further away look. So if you wanted to, just kind of have him doing the Hadouken hand pose. If I could just get these to bend, which it does look like the details on this figure does hinder it a little bit. Let's see here. So I'm not going to fully mess with it, but you get the idea. There's Hadouken. You can't really see. Let me see here. Yeah. I think the closest you're going to be able to get is like this. Normally, I'm not a fan of ball hinge joints. I don't like them a lot. They're ugly mainly. There's not really anything to do with them. But in this case, I do wish Hasbro would have opted for some way to do a ball hinge joint instead of just a regular bendy hinge or a C hinge, however you want to call it. That way you could have really got the hands closer together, bent them in a certain way, and made it more of a Hadouken blast. But yeah, there you guys go. Those are the accessories. Now, this video has gone on very, very long. I promise you guys, they won't all be like this. So I just want to give you guys the first-hand experience of how Power Rangers is with the plastic-free packaging. So the figure itself looks fantastic. No paint application mishaps that I can see on mine right now. There is a weird bit of cracking right here, right there, but nothing to be concerned about. The morpher came out really, really clean. The gold paint kanji right here looks really, really good. The gold lines on the back are painted on very nicely. The gold on the shield, they chose a nice gold in my opinion. His helmet is really, really nice. I believe this is articulate. Yes, this is articulated too. So if you wanted him in a more dynamic pose with like a wind gushing by or whatever, there is that. His head is a little bit loose, but nothing to be concerned about. He is on the newer style neck hinge, so it is at the base. that it does kind of rotate left and right in a full 360, and then you have your dumbbell ball hinge now that's inside. That doesn't really give it a lot of movement, but if you want, for whatever reason, the inside ball hinge does circle, but you could do that on the head by itself alone. I wish they would have created like a little slit right here like they do for the Spider-Man figures, so you can, like, I don't know why he would need to be looking up super high, but he looks up pretty good alone. Yeah, guys. Awesome figure. I know this isn't everybody's cup of tea for Ranger figures, especially being at like a $30-something price point. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was like $32.99. BBTS charges $34.99 because, you know, they're BBTS. They mark everything up like crazy. Not only was it marked up $2 more per figure, they charge for shipping. They give you no free shipping on a certain amount of orders like other sites do. I think like Dorkside, if you order over $50, you get free shipping. If you order GameStop over $49, you get free shipping. The only plus side on BBTS is that they have their pile of loot, which is like you could store all your toys there until you're ready for them to ship it out. And no matter how many toys you have, like you could have like hundreds, they'll ship it out for $4. They have a flat rate of $4 in the US for $4. The only downside about that is if you're a reviewer, you don't really use the pile of loot a lot because you want it here right away to be able to, you know, review the figure. So that is kind of a downside. So, but luckily they came in at the same time, so only paid $4 for him and Chun-Li. You guys voted for the Ryu first. Here he is. He looks fantastic. As far as articulation go, as I mentioned, the neck does do like the little full 360 at the base. We'll do full 360 here. Looks up about that far, not too far up. Looks down a very good amount. He has your typical ball jointed shoulders. Does come with butterflies, but mine are a little bit stiff. So it'll go forward about that much. Back a little bit. It is hindered by the shield a little bit. On top of how stiff this shoulder is, he's very limited. I'll have to heat him up with some hair dryer or whatever. There is a little bit of a paint mishap going on right here. A little bit of like the red splashed on right there. Probably can't see it with the white. Pinless double jointed elbows. Good range of motion. Does rotate at the wrists. Full 360 hinges in and out okay, but because of the way this padding is designed, it does hinder it a little bit from going all the way out to get that Hadouken pose. You have your typical ball jointed torso. Very nice range of motion. You have your ab crunch. Very good ab crunch. Nice and clicky. He does have the new drop down hips, so you can get like a good range of motion on him. So pull down about that far, up normal. Kick out a good amount. Kick out, kick back an okay amount, but he kicks out to the side. Because of the pull down hips, he can do a full splits now. Something that the Rangers needed for a very long time. Upper thigh swivel, pinless double jointed knees. You have a boot cuff and your typical Hasbro ankle rockers, back, forward, left, right, and peg holes at the bottom. So overall, this is a great looking figure. I haven't played the game personally. I don't know if this skin or this character is free or if he's paid DLC. But overall, it's a great looking figure. If you're a Street Fighter fan, obviously you need to get this. If you're Power Ranger fans, not so much of the fighting game, this is probably a pass for you, especially since these type of figures tend to go on sale rather, not quickly, but they will go on sale. I think the Turtles went down at a lowest of like $20 for the 2-pack. I'm sure this guy's going to go down to like $20, $25. That just seems to be the way it goes now that Hasbro has raised their prices. Seems like a lot of collectors are a little bit more hesitant on spending their money. But yeah, there you go. So enough of the overview and articulation. What do you say we go ahead and get into some size comparisons? Okay, so for the first size comparison, here you have him next to the white Dino Thunder Ranger with my selfie head sculpt on there, and you have him next to the newer style female Body Ranger molds with the double jointed elbows and pinless knees. So fits in very well, obviously. Then here you have him next to a typical Power Ranger male body mold, and then a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. This is the Toei version. Obviously, Super Sentai and whatnot. And then last but not least, here he is next to a standard Black Series figure, battle suit or whatever it is. X-Wing fighter pilot. Yeah. Looks good. All right, guys. So final thoughts on this figure. Is he a smash? Is he a pass? You know what, guys? At the price, I'm going to have to honestly say go ahead and wait for that clearance. I don't know if this figure alone is worth the $35 price point. He is just a standard base figure. He's not even as big as the Shredder. I wish I had the Shredder out actually for a nice size comparison, but I don't. He's tucked away somewhere in my display. But yeah, guys, this is the one you guys wanted to see first. I promise you the Chun-Li won't be anywhere near as long. I won't be doing the typical unboxing like I did for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the experience, so that way you guys aren't surprised when that shows up to you and like a figure's just kind of like rattling around out there. Oops, it looks like one of my lights turned off. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. This one is a very long video. If you stuck around to the very end, I greatly appreciate it. If you stuck around, please consider giving this channel a like. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. I upload as many Power Rangers Lightning Collection figure reviews as I possibly can. I get them to you as soon as I can get them. My reviews, as you can see, are live. They aren't scripted. They aren't rehearsed. I'm learning about the figure as you learn about it, so that way it gives me a fair critique about it, my initial honest opinion. So until next time, guys, later.